Player 2 has joined the game.
Hey yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to another two-player co-op quick hits edition. As always, I'm one of your hosts here, Kevin, along with my brother from my mother, Sean. What was that?
That was AJ Styles.
Oh,
How we doing?
I was like, that was like a creator wrestler entrance, is what I was thinking. So I mean, it's kind of your hair. It survived. Today on the quick hits edition, what are we talking about, Sean?
We were talking about the anniversary, different birthdays of the PlayStation 3.
I don't have the box.
And the Wii.
And the Wii. I had the launch edition. I didn't get it at launch of the PlayStation 3, but that broke, and I spent $1,000 on PlayStation 3 systems. I'll just put it at that.
How many did you buy?
2. 600, 400.
You spent $600 on
A year
PS3?
later, it was still $600, yeah. Because I was like, if you want to keep Buddy, then I'm getting a PlayStation. And Jess said, okay. So I said, oh, okay, I'm going to go get a PlayStation.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I'm definitely a Sony fanboy. So yeah, 10 years ago this week, on November 17th, the PlayStation 3 launched, and on November 19th, the Wii launched in North America. Let's talk about the PS3 first. Launch lineup for the PlayStation 3. This is a lot more robust than some of these launch lineups we've talked about when we've done these in the past, talking about birthdays of systems. Launch lineup for the PlayStation 3. Hold on, I've got cottonmouth.
Cottonmouth Joe.
Be-ba-ba-dee-da, cottonmouth Joe. Call of Duty 3, Genji, Days of the Blade, Madden 07, Marvel Ultimate Alliance, Mobile Suit Gundam Crossfire, NBA 07, NBA 2K7, Need for Speed Carbon, NHL 2K7, Resistance, Fall of Man, Ridge Racer 7, Tiger Woods 07, Tony Hawk Project 8, Untold Legends, Dark Kingdom.
Okay, first of all, it was literally just called NBA 07.
I don't remember. I think that was...
That's EA, right?
I guess. Because NBA Live, they had retired that name. They brought it back a couple of years ago. Obviously, 2K was there. I don't know what NBA 07 was. That might have been Sony. Was that Sony's? I think Sony made NBA games and stuff back then also.
Maybe.
So, launch lineup was fine. Resistance Fall of Man.
That was their
That was their flagship
there you go.
title.
It's
Did
one of
you ever
sports
get to
games.
play it?
I played it. I didn't care.
I tried to go back and play it a couple years ago, and I was like, well, this does not hold up at all.
Really?
Yeah.
To me, I'll drink my haterade. Just another first-person shooter.
I know, but
that
this,
was my
But
impression.
again, story, fantastic.
See, I didn't get to experience the story.
The
Really.
story was great. Absolutely great.
Yeah.
Call of Duty 3, that was before it really blew up and became what Call of Duty is now.
Yep.
So after launch, systems were going for $17,000. And some games were going upwards of $2,000 on eBay.
That's just stupid. Who are these people? Who are these people that are spending that much money on it? Well, I guess just because they were selling for that much, or they were just on eBay for that much.
They were actually selling. Some sold for that much. I can remember it. The system was expensive enough at $500 and $600.
And it was literally just a better graphics PS2 with wireless controllers.
And Blu-ray, which back then Blu-ray players were super
huge.
expensive also, but it's a cell processor. They sold all these systems at a loss. Even when they were selling them for that much money, they sold them for a loss of at least $200 on every unit. They eventually lost $2 billion in 1 year because of the PlayStation 3.
The total or just on sales of PS3?
Total, but
made
driven
it
by
back
the
up.
PS3 sales. And then once they finally put out the next version, they got rid of the backwards compatibility.
Wait, but I'm saying Sony as a company had a $2 billion.
They had a $2 billion a year loss.
Wow.
And somehow they're still here.
All right, so this thing came out November
2006. 2006.
And when did you buy it? For $600?
A year later.
I got mine for free in June of 2008.
Well,
as a free. What is going on? My pen's stuck. Free. A free.
The claw.
So Best Buy had a deal: buy an HD TV,
Right.
and you get a free Blu-ray player. I'm like, does that?
Did you buy it with Metal Gear Solid 4?
Metal Gear Solid 4
Was it
and
already out?
GTA 4.
Okay. Not bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It actually, looking back, anyways.
Neither of them were that great.
Lifetime
but at the time,
sales.
That was it. I was just saying. I'm
At
like,
the time,
well,
they were
yeah,
great.
you just bailed on it.
The
I thought we were gonna talk about
nostalgia.
more.
No, the nostalgia factor.
GTA
alone.
4 and MGS 4, both not that great. But at the time, they were both.
At the time, it was my favorite game ever made, and now Metal Gear Solid 4 isn't even in my top 10.
No, yeah, not
That's how. But that's it. Like when I played through it the first time, I think I might have been in tears by the end of that game with Snake not dying, Big Boss coming back. They embrace. He dies. I mean, after you get past the stupid wedding and all that other,
So,
all the stupid stuff in the story.
not to go off on too big of a tangent here.
We never do that.
We never do that. But ever since Metal Gear Solid 3, granted, there's only been one Snake game since.
Solid.
Solid Snake game. I am so much more into the story of Big Boss than
Big
Solid
Boss
Snake. I just
is-
don't care.
Big Boss is one of the most fascinating video game characters of all time because it's. I mean, it's still a cliche, the hero that falls from grace and all that other stuff.
He's Darth Vader.
But he's a real person. Like Snake, Solid Snake was created in a lab. He's a clone.
Right.
Technically, you could probably say he's not even a
And he never
human
went.
being.
It's not like Darth Vader. Like he didn't go to the dark side. He
never even
was still
he
doing
never
what
flirted
he
with
thought
it.
was right.
He was Superman the whole time.
Yeah.
No,
He's
Big
just
Boss.
such
So
a
Big Boss's
cooler
story is so
character.
good. Yeah.
That was why. Well, this isn't true because at the time I didn't realize it, and maybe that's why. I remember back then playing Metal Gear Solid 4 and being like, "This is fun. This is cool. Wow, these cutscenes are pretty crazy. This is not really a Metal Gear game, but it looks beautiful. This is not bad." Whereas now I look back on it, I'm just like, I just don't care. Like,
I don't know that I'll ever played
it's like
through
they
it again.
went out of their way to tie up every loose end, and it just didn't.
But they created.
I don't know. I find myself not caring about Solid Snake anymore. I'm
The fact
so
that
much
they
more
went-
interested in
but-
Big Boss.
If they would have cut out the stuff like Meryl and Poopy Pants doing the Mr. and Mrs. Smith and then getting married and like other crap, like, and Raiden was, I liked Raiden's arc there too. They made a sissy little wuss boy from Metal Gear Solid 2 be somebody that I actually really cared about. And when you threw in Rose and that Rose actually had a baby, and then you thought that Rose left him for Campbell, and it turns out that's not the case, and he gets to meet his son at the end, like,
Right.
that all hit me because that was right after Noah was born. Noah was 3 months old when Metal Gear Solid 4
God.
came out.
Yeah.
So all that really hit me. And anyways, we got off on a big tangent there. Do you know how many lifetime units were sold to the PlayStation 3?
How many?
Started out really rough, but they ended up neck and neck with the Xbox 360. 80 million sold.
What did 360 sell?
80, 81, somewhere around there.
Oh, wow.
So they
Okay.
were really like, they ended up neck and neck for a while. I mean, it was for a while, it was almost as bad as the PS4 has been to the Xbox One. I don't know that they were ever doubling up the PS3, but they were kicking their butts until Sony dropped the price, and then Uncharted started coming out and God of War and all those games that were
Right.
like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I have to have a PlayStation 3 now.
Yeah.
Did you know? Yeah, I bought 2 of these Jokers, like I said earlier. $600. I should have named Buddy, my little Las Opso. I should have just named him Sony.
Is that what he is?
Yeah. Mixed with something. He's not like
He's
a
just
purebred
a
Las
nut.
Opso, but he's a sweet little doggy.
He's a good boy.
Bought the first one for $600. And I remember I don't remember what other game I bought it with. I know I bought it with Madden. I guess it was Madden 08 that year. No, it was Madden 07. Wait.
Madden 08.
No, at Madden 08. And I remember playing it for the first time on my big DLP 50-inch TV.
I remember that.
I was like, this sucks. What the hell is going on here? The frame rate was like less than 30 frames per second. I'm not like one of those guys. Like I know 60 frames per second when I see it, but this was like 15 frames per second. And I didn't say anything to Jess. I didn't even admit it
But
like,
you were just
out loud
like,
to myself.
what
But I
did
was
I
like,
just spend all this money on?
yeah, why does this look so crappy? And then the next Madden that came out, they had fixed it, and the frame rate was great. I can't remember what other games I got at launch. But yeah, Grand Theft Auto, that came out in 08. I don't remember exactly when. But then Metal Gear Solid 4 came out in 08, and that's when it really started to pick up steam. The sports games got good and all that other stuff. I got Resistance a few years after it came out. But I really like that. And I like Resistance 2. The twist at the end was kind of odd, where you're playing as the hero and then you've been infected this whole time. And the whole time you're thinking you're going to fight it off and you're going to be fine. Nope, you become the bad guy at the end. And then Resistance 3 goes into like a whole other story. I never played Resistance 3, which is a shame. Colin always says that's the best one of the bunch, but like nobody bought it.
Yeah.
I think everybody was pissed off about the twist in Resistance 2, and they just said, I'm done. But did you know the Boomerang controller was just a design concept? Sony said that after the backlash, they said, no, this was just a design concept. It wasn't going to be real. No, that thing was going to be real.
Yeah.
And then we revolted, and they said no. But then people hated the 6-axis controller at first, too, because it had no rumble. And then eventually they renamed the 6-axis to be the DualShock 3, came with rumble support and all that. Still had the 6-axis motion controls and stuff, but they renamed it to DualShock 3. That was that. Like I said, it debuted at $500 and $600, and they were losing over $200 on every sale of the PlayStation 3. They removed backwards compatibility by January of 2008, right before you got yours. You still had the body style of the old one, but you didn't have the backwards compatibility, which sucks.
all 50 pounds of it, but no backwards compatibility. This thing's a monster.
But that was why they were able to drop the price. And, of course, they used the cell processor, which everybody hated. It was very difficult to develop for. That's why everybody loves PlayStation 4, because it's basically like it's basically a PC in a PlayStation box. However, the one thing Sony did accomplish with this thing, even through the rough times, is they killed HD DVD. Blu-ray is what we have now. I mean, or streaming. Rasan, hey Rasan, he still mocks me for buying Blu-rays and stuff. I just like to have the physical. That's why I still buy games physical. Watch Dogs 2 is coming out Tuesday. I'm getting it on disc because I like to have the disc, although they are taking up a whole lot of space now. All my old DVDs and stuff are in the living room. I'm like, I probably do need to put these away and do something with them. But yeah, they help kill HD DVDs. Did you ever meet anybody that had an HD DVD or a player?
Not to my knowledge.
It's like Laserdisc. It's like I don't think anybody ever had either of them. Laserdiscs were like in schools.
I don't think I've ever...
Really?
I've probably seen a Laserdisc without even realizing it in school, not knowing what I was watching, but yeah, outside of school, I never knew anybody that owned one. It's just... Yeah.
Also, all my Did You Know stuff, other than stuff about me, remember, Did You Know Gaming on YouTube? Check them out. Fantastic. If you love video games, you got to watch them. Also, did you know that the Air Force, do you remember this? They used 1,000, or it might have been 10,000, I forget, PlayStation 3s to build a supercomputer. And they saved about 10 to 20 times what it would cost to just build their own supercomputer. They wired them all together and all this stuff. But then that's how it started being like, ooh, but terrorists can use them to do all this other stuff and blah, blah, blah. Like, because of that cell processor. It wasn't great for video games. It was great for computing power and stuff, though.
Right.
Do you remember the Kevin Butler commercials?
I don't remember Kevin Butler.
He was the VP of... God, it was a funny VP of... Look up Kevin Butler right now. He was the VP of everything or something like that. He had all the great commercials where... I can't remember what his real name is. But it was the best series of ads for video games that I can remember.
It was just for the PS3?
Yep. He was the VP of something stupid. I can't remember what the name of it was. And then, of course, in April 2011, the PlayStation Network hack occurred. PlayStation Network was down for 23 days.
He's the VP of everything.
That's what I said,
guy.
right? Yeah, VP of... Yeah,
I never
Kevin
knew
Butler.
his name.
That was his name, Kevin Butler, the VP of everything. They even had him come out at E3 and stuff. Oh, it was great.
I never knew he had a name.
Kevin Butler, VP of everything.
Oh, God.
All right, so let's talk about the Wii for a little bit before we go into a little bit of comparisons and contrastions and stuff. You said gettable, so...
Contrastions.
The Wii launched on November 19th, 2006 for $250. Big price difference there. Launch lineup. You want to take a gander at what this is? Of course, the one everybody knows.
Mario... Was Galaxy release?
That was
Twilight.
07. Yes. And nothing else that matters.
Yeah, I mean, I got both of them. I mean,
So-
Wii Sports came with it, and I got Twilight with it, and then that was it.
Wii Sports. Avatar The Last Airbender, Call of Duty 3. Blows my mind that came out on the Wii.
I think
How was it?
Did I have that?
Was it
I had
motion?
some first-person shooter game It was horrible.
It
And
was
yeah, it
probably
was.
that. Like Area
It
51.
just didn't work. Now I forgot I had that, but I'm
Did you have
pretty
to use
sure
the
I
nunchuck
did.
too to like move and then you aimed?
Yeah, you
with
moved
the thing?
and you.
Yeah.
I think. I may have traded it back in. Like I don't remember. I'm pretty sure I don't have this now, but I think I got it with it, and it just didn't work.
When you move in and you unbox all your stuff, I hope you can find whatever that is.
I'm pretty sure I traded it back in.
Yeah.
And I probably never told mom and dad because I probably asked for this game.
Well, they
and I was
threw
like,
out
well,
all
this
our other
sucks.
games, so who cares?
Yeah.
Cars, Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaki 2. Excite Truck. There's a game called Excite Truck. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy. GT Pro Series. Happy Feet. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Madden 07, Marvel Ultimate Alliance. What did I say? Monster 4x4 World Circuit, Need for Speed Carbon, Rampage Total Destruction, Rayman, Raving Rabbids, Red Steel, SpongeBob SquarePants, Creature from the Krusty Krab, Super Monkey Ball, Banana Blitz, Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam, and Tony Hawk, and Trauma Center Second Opinion.
Can you do the Dragon Ball Z one again?
Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaki 2. The sequel.
Not nearly as good as Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaki 1.
Tenkaki 2. Lifetime sales 101 million. I actually thought it was more than that. I know the PlayStation 1 was like 150 million or something.
Really?
It was ridiculous. 154, I want to say. Or maybe that's the PlayStation 2 that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, God. Okay. Focus. Did you know the motion technology was pitched and rejected by both Microsoft and Sony?
I did not.
They said no thank you. This was back in 2001 when they were pitching this, right as the GameCube had come out. 5 years before the system would actually come out. Everybody and their mother sued Nintendo over the Wii's motion. Philips sued over the Wii motion controls due to patents that they said Nintendo had violated knowingly.
Due to patents.
Past
They had
tense.
violated.
Triton Tech sued them over the Wii Motion Plus technology, but that was dismissed. And IA Technologies also sued them over Wii Fit and the board. And they let that, they said it was a legitimate lawsuit, but then they said, now you're not getting any money. Because it was like the way the Wii board fit thing worked. It lined up perfectly with what their patent was, but they said, no, I don't care. You're not getting any money. I guess because Nintendo's Nintendo. It was only twice as powerful as the GameCube due to design choices because they want to keep it small and sleek. And remember, they wanted this to be, because they knew there were going to be grandmas and grandpas playing this thing. They wanted it to be something that you could put next to your, what's it called? In your entertainment center and stuff like that. And it wouldn't just look weird. Like the GameCube.
I wouldn't even have thought it was twice as powerful as the GameCube.
I was shocked when I
Any
heard
game
that
when I played like Mario Kart Wii versus Double
I
Dash,
feel like Twilight Princess might even look better
Mario
on GameCube.
Party Wii versus Mario Party, whatever was on GameCube, they all look identical. Like it's not. Yeah, Twilight Princess was basically a GameCube game that they just put on a Wii disc
Right.
as well and flipped it, and it didn't. To me, it didn't look at. I mean, maybe the guts were more powerful just because of the motion controls and everything, but the graphics were identical.
So let's talk about, because the PlayStation 3 had a super long lifespan. Let's talk about some of the gaming memories there. Number one for me, Uncharted. Uncharted 1, 2, and 3. You've only played through a little bit of 1 and 2. I don't know when you're ever going to get to 3 and 4. But that was just, I missed out on those when they came out. I got all of them at once. What did I buy? I bought 1 by itself, and then 2 and 3 came in a double pack. Game of the Year edition for both of them was probably $60 for both.
Yep.
I could not stop playing those games. Like, it's cliche and everything to say it's like Indiana Jones and blah, 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 blah. But it really, like, they just nailed everything in those games. Even as much fun as the games were to play, like, you look at voice acting in Resident Evil 1, and then you go just 10 years later to when Uncharted came out in 2007. I mean, 11 years later, whatever. holy crap. Not to mention, it's not like they perfected it or other people hadn't done
No,
it before, but
I-
like it was so real, and just like you felt like those characters were real people who had really gone on all these adventures and really cared about each other, and they just absolutely nailed it in all three of the games, and then obviously Uncharted 4 on PlayStation 4.
Right. Yeah. I think games had just changed, and they were finally becoming more accepted as a legit medium of entertainment, and
Yeah.
they were. Voice acting in Resident Evil was just an afterthought. It's like, hey,
It was but it was just
right. Whereas now it is a, I mean, that is a huge thing.
you've got
to
a
where-
voice actor strike going on right now.
Exactly. Yep.
The Arkham games.
Yep.
Never had we really gotten a great Batman game until Arkham Asylum came out, and then Arkham City. It's amazing. Like, I thought it was pretty clear to me that Arkham City was the best. I think I'm in the minority there by a little bit, to where a lot of people think Arkham Asylum is the better game. It was first. It was Metroidvania with Batman. It was more confined. It wasn't just this big open city and everything. You can't go wrong with either game. They're both just amazing.
They're both fantastic. Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 4. I mean,
At the time,
I don't think. Have you ever had a game? Have you ever changed your opinion on a game over time more in a negative fashion than you have Metal Gear Solid 4? In a positive fashion, there's one that jumps out to me, and that's Metal Gear Solid 2, where I hated that at first, but especially after this election and the media and how you control the flow of digital information and everything. Like, Kojima nailed it 15 years ago, but
I can't think of one.
I can't.
But at the same time, I think I don't. It's probably even worse for you than it was for me, because I don't think I was.
You
ever,
weren't in it. You weren't invested in it like I was, right?
No, even when it came out, I had very, very high hopes for it, and then once it came out,
It was coming off my
I
favorite
was
game
just like,
of all time.
it just seems like
in
a
3.
Felt like I was playing Gears of War or something. Sometimes just run and gun, just running through the cities, and just. I'm just like, this is not Metal Gear. Like, what?
Now, I will say I've beaten it. No kills, no alerts. I've done all that because I played through that game. When that came out, I didn't need to play anything else on my PlayStation 3.
Right.
And then once they finally put trophies in, like a year or two after that came out, I went back. I never got the platinum in it because that's probably harder than Metal Gear Solid 5. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid 4 at the time, amazing.
Yeah.
Resistance series, we kind of already touched on that. Not much to say there. Call of Duty became what it is, not just on the PlayStation 3, Xbox fanboys, relax, but Modern Warfare, and then 2 and 3, and Black Ops 1 and 2 to a lesser extent. Just took off.
Yep.
Like, World at War was good. Call of Duty 4, No, Call of Duty 4 was Modern Warfare. Maybe Call of Duty 3 was World at War.
4 was Modern Warfare.
Yeah. I think Call of Duty 3 was World at War. Call of Duty
Yeah,
4,
I think
it
you're
came
right.
out, they didn't realize how big it was going to be. It was Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare. And then they were like,
and then that just spun off.
yeah. It's their fault. They were where we are today with these first-person shooters that just keep coming out. Like we talked about on the podcast last week. Like, Battlefield is something different, and it's supposed to be really good and great. Titanfall is just dumb. I don't care. And I've heard from a lot of people, like Greg and Colin were both like, why is everybody talking about, like, this is the campaign to end all campaigns, first-player campaigns when it comes to first-person shooters. Like, it's fine. But it's not, like, everybody's making it out like it's a freaking Martin Scorsese film or something. It's not that at all.
Yeah.
But Call of Duty and first-person shooters would not be what they are today without them blowing up on the PlayStation 3
Modern Warfare
and the
is
Xbox
really
360.
what.
It's Modern Warfare, 100%.
Yep.
Because we'd never seen that. All shooters, war-based shooters, were World War II, World War II, World War II. World War II.
Or super, like,
Or
futuristic. Or,
Halo.
like Halo.
Right.
Yeah. Yep.
God of War went to the next level. God of War 3 to this. You can't get a prettier game than that on the PlayStation 3. I know you didn't really play it until the 4 when you got the remastered, or when I gave you the remastered, but I think I'm in the minority there where I say God of War 3 is the best. A lot of people say 2. I just think the story. And I remember the first time I played it, I was really annoyed with the whole it's hope that's in the box. Spoiler alert, it's 5-6 years old, whatever.
Yeah.
But as I've beaten it probably 5, 6, 7 times now, it doesn't annoy me anymore. And I get it. And it's like the one thing Kratos he was devoid of everything. Like, people crap on him as a character, and he's one-dimensional. All he does is yell and kill and all this stuff. I get that, but I think there's more there. And I think they explored that in 3. Yeah, 3 was the most over-the-top violent. The first time I saw him pull Helios's head off, I was like, I don't think I can play video games anymore. Or the first time he gutted the centaur and you see every organ in HD just like. So you didn't experience God of War 3 when it first came out like I did. Like, I remember March 10th, 2010. I remember the day it came out. Played it, and I was like, especially because the way God of War 2 just ended on such a perfect cliffhanger, and 3 picked up right there, like right there. I think you agree with me that you think 3 is the best. Was your favorite, right? You haven't played Ascension, you haven't played the portable games, but they're...
No, I think 3 was my favorite gameplay, but to me it's tough to top... See, they're all kind of a little foggy to me at this point.
Yeah.
To me, the storylines of 1 and 2 are better, the way I think of them now. Like, 1 is just, he's this guy.
One has the best...
Right. But in the end, it's like, oh, you're just trying to take out Ares. Okay. But there's still Zeus. And then 2...
Zeus screws you over.
Right. I would put both of those stories above 3, but 3 probably plays the best and looks the best, obviously.
And Ascension gets a bad rap, but I mean that was just as pretty as 3, if not more pretty. But by that point, we had already had 2 prequels in Chains of Olympus and Ghost of Sparta on the PSP, and people were just over it, and that's why everybody is so excited about God of War 4.
They needed not a reboot, but
I hope it comes out in 2017 and it doesn't get delayed, but I'm pretty sure it probably will.
Yeah.
Last game memories here for me, GTA 4 and GTA 5. Talk about 2 games in one series being so polar opposite, still both incredibly successful, but like GTA 4, and they went for the gritty realism and all this stuff, and they got rid of jetpacks and, flying plane. You could fly helicopters, but you couldn't get planes anymore, and it was a really good... I loved the story of GTA 4. To this day, even... Hey, Nico, do you want to go play the dance or go to the bowling? Even with that, the story was fantastic about you. I don't remember what the war was that Nico was involved in, if it was even a real war, but coming over on the boat, getting off, you're a new person in America, you get the immigrant's perspective and all this other stuff. I love the story, but it wasn't as fun as I remember GTA being, and then 5 came out and just...
Right.
It's like, just go do it. Trevor is like the complete antithesis of Nico,
Right, yeah. See, I remember GTA 4. I remember Metal Gear Solid 4 playing, just being like, this is not Metal Gear. I remember playing GTA 4 and just being like, this is unbelievable. This is fantastic. It looks beautiful. It's bigger than the other games. You can just go inside all these buildings, and the list goes on and on and on. Now, looking back, really through no fault of its own,
it's Metal Gear.
Now
Grand Theft Auto
GTA 4 is it makes GTA 4 just kind of It was, I don't know. I mean, at the time that was a fantastic game, and it was one of, I can't remember which I technically played first between that and Metal Gear. I may have played GTA. I think GTA 4 was the first PS3 game I played. And I remember being really just taken aback by it once I started getting the feel for just how big the game was and
it was
how beautiful it was. Yeah, that was a good game. Again, not looked at as fondly now because of GTA 5, but that was quite the achievement.
Anything else I missed there that jumps out to you?
On PS3? Not that I can think of. I'm trying to think of what other games I had. I never had a huge library.
It had such a long lifespan too. That's what's crazy.
Right. No, I can't think of anything.
So for the Wii, for me, Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort.
Yep.
I don't have anything. I don't have any other memories of this system other than Wii Sports. Like we have Ninja Turtles, Sonic Colors, Toy Story, all these obviously for the boys. I don't remember what else, but like none of them. I just didn't care about any of them. To me, that system, and it was worth it to just have Wii Sports. I'm not saying it's not,
Right.
but Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort. What else do you really need? Like everything else was like, all right, let's just do motion. Just do motion controls. Just do motion controls, and that's why it ended up really fizzling out. But you'll never take Wii Sports away. Wii Sports is one of the absolute most brilliant games ever made.
Yeah, it really was. And I don't know if I'm in the minority here or not. I thought Wii Sports Resort was unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, I know Wii Sports had like 5
Is that
games,
not a popular
and Resort,
opinion?
I don't know. Because
Okay.
it's like,
Didn't it just add to it? Just add more
for the
sports
most part.
and stuff?
So Wii Sports was tennis, bowling, archery.
Tennis. You said tennis. There's 4, right?
There's
Was
5.
basketball?
There's 5. That wasn't until Resort.
Okay.
But I know Resort added basketball.
Bike riding.
It added fencing, which was bike riding.
Fencing was just
running. Oh, boxing.
okay.
Wii Resort also added like the flying. It was cool. It was more just instead of just being a menu.
We Resort had the
They had frisbee.
what the hell is it called? Not water skiing, water snowboarding. What the hell is it called?
Waters-
Waterboarding? Not waterboarding. That's a little different. What's it called?
Waterboarding. What? Water skiing.
On a board though.
Wakeboarding.
Wakeboarding. Yeah.
I gotta love that waterboarding.
Can you imagine if Nintendo put out a waterboarding game?
Wii Sports was basically just hey, here's these mini games you can choose. Okay. Wii Sports Resort, I just loved how it was its own it had its own island that you could like.
Yeah.
I thought it was cool just being even just the biking and the running, which had nothing. I mean, you just sat there going like this. This is not running or biking,
Right.
but I get it. And you could just see the whole island, or especially when you're flying and you can explore everywhere and just say, "Oh, look, there's the basketball court. That's where you play basketball. Oh, that's where you play frisbee." Like, I just thought that was really cool. I also had, which, in hindsight, I liked. It wasn't very good. Wii Play. Do you remember that? It was like a bunch of mini games.
That wasn't the musical one?
No, it was
Okay.
just like a bunch of. I don't know. It wasn't very good. I definitely have more fond memories of Wii than PlayStation 3. I think of Twilight Princess, Skyward Sword, Galaxy. I never played Galaxy 2. It has nothing to do with Wii, but that was where I first played Guitar Hero 3.
Yeah. I remember you bringing it down when you came to visit, and I was like, this is awesome. How did I not play either of the first 2 games?
Right. What else? Mario Kart. Mario Kart Wii was awesome. Even though I eventually just got to where I would play with the GameCube controller. I didn't care about
like
the wheel.
motion. Yeah.
I think those are the big ones. I'm probably missing some, but when I look back, I definitely the Wii will always. It will go down for me as one of the better systems I've had. I know a lot of people crap all over it because it wasn't a real system. It was just a gimmick, and it's for grandmas and whatever. But
I didn't say that. I just said they played it too.
I didn't say you said that. I said a lot of people say that. I don't know. I think of one really good Zelda game, one good Zelda game, one great Mario game, another great Mario game that I never played but heard was great. That was where I first played Guitar Hero, and then just a lot of fun, I don't want to say time wasters, but your Mario Karts, your Wii Sports, Wii Sports Resort.
Yeah, not
all
just
those kinds of
multiplayer.
things.
Mario Party. They put out.
I
how
think
many
of
on that?
Oh yeah, Mario Party was good. I think of the boys with
Britney Spears.
Just Dance or whatever. No, I had a lot of good memories with the Wii.
Yeah, that's what really made Just Dance take off.
Yeah.
It couldn't have existed before that.
Right. Yeah.
And then you had it on Kinect, and you had it with the PlayStation.
Right.
controllers
Once you
and
got
stuff
things
too.
that actually had a true
Right.
camera, then it really reached its full potential. But I don't know. I like the Wii a lot. It gets a bad rep, but I have very fond memories of it.
Agreed.
And I don't know that it was the first, because you could do it on PS3, but it was the first. To me, it was my first system that introduced like downloadable games with the virtual
console, absolutely.
and just I had so
The
many
floodgates just
Nintendo
opened,
games
yeah.
and Super Nintendo games on there. Yeah, it just brought back all these games that I hadn't played in years, and
Yeah, I forgot to listen.
I
to that.
loved
Sorry.
it. I
That's my
loved
bad.
it. Metroid Prime.
Prime.
Other M was good.
Did all three come out on the Wii, or did one of them come out on the GameCube first?
No, 1 and 2 were GameCube.
Okay.
I think 3 was Wii. I think they ended up all
coming out
Wii.
as a trilogy. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and Metroid Other M, which I enjoyed. It was a little bit more old school. It wasn't 2D, but there were 2D aspects of it, and it was not all first person, I guess. It was still 3D, but not first person. But yeah, I like the Wii.
What do you think was the best-selling game ever on the PlayStation 3?
I'm trying to think of what kind of... Was it called one of the Call of Duties?
Mm-mm.
Oh, Grand Theft Auto 4 or 5.
5.
Okay, yeah.
21.3 million. 1 out of every 4 PlayStations had Grand Theft Auto 5. You know what number 2 was?
Grand Theft Auto 4?
It was another 5.
Oh.
Very close in acronym.
Oh, Gran Turismo.
I don't.
I
care
never
about
got
it,
into
but
them.
like, yeah, I mean, people absolutely love that game. Number 3 might surprise you. I mean, I know it's one of the best games ever made. Some people say it's the best game ever made, but I didn't know it sold this well.
What's that?
Last of Us,
Oh.
7 million. Followed by
That is a shock.
Uncharted 3, 6.6. Uncharted 2, 6.5. Metal Gear Solid 4, 6 million. Gran Turismo 5 Prologue, 5.35 million. God of War 3, 5.2 million. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 4.8 million. And then Gran Turismo 6, 4.71 million. 1, 2, 3 Gran Turismo games.
I don't get it.
So 3 Gran Turismos, 2 Uncharteds, 2 Grand Theft Autos in the top 10. It's pretty crazy. What is the best-selling game on the Wii? I know you know that.
Wii Sports?
Only sold 82.79 million. I closed it out. 82.79 million units. Obviously, pack-in title,
Yeah.
but it is what it is. So now let's get interesting. What's number 2?
Mario Kart?
Yeah. Almost 37 million.
I believe it.
I didn't realize Mario Kart on the Wii was that big.
Mario?
Mario. I didn't even do it with the accent. I just said Mario.
Mario.
Mardio. What's number 3?
No.
No, it's... This one's kind of tricky.
Okay. Then it's not what I thought.
Well, I don't know. It might be.
Is it a first party?
Yes.
Is it Galaxy?
No.
Oh.
Wii Sports Resort.
I thought that. I wouldn't have thought that.
33
sold as well, though.
million.
Wow.
They had to buy that separately, unless I'm sure
Yeah,
that was the pack. Well, that was the pack when we got it.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Number 4,
Galaxy.
New Super Mario Wii.
I didn't think about that.
Just
game.
under 30 million. That game was awesome.
That
Because
was
they went back to 2D, and then they added, you could do 4 players. I mean, you couldn't even do 2 players on screen at a time, but they bumped it up to 4.
Right.
It was insane. So
Yeah,
much fun. We got to World 8. We never ended up beating that with the boys. But
Really?
Number 5, we play. Number 6, we fit.
We Play suck.
So we play 28 million. We fit 22.67 million. We fit plus 21.1 million. Number 8, now we get back to the real games.
Galaxy?
That's next.
Twilight?
Smash Brothers Brawl, 13.15 million.
Okay, so my question. Okay, and then Galaxy.
Galaxy, 12.72 million.
I don't know how high you're not, how far down
I
this
went
goes.
down to where I could get to Twilight.
My question, what is the first not first-party game? What is the first not first-party game on there?
I didn't go that far. Number 13 is Twilight Princess.
That's insane.
I stopped there, 7.26
What was
million.
11 and 12? What was 10, actually?
10 was Wii Party, 11 was Mario Party 8,
I don't even
12
remember
was
Wii
Mario
Party.
Galaxy 2. But this is how
Is that-
Nintendo systems have turned into.
Right.
They are first-party only systems.
That's insane.
Like the Wii U, if I look up the Wii U best-selling, it's all gonna be Nintendo games.
It's going to be Mario Kart. It's going to be new Mario Wii U or whatever.
Right, and it's
that
gonna
was.
be,
It's
and
gonna
then it's gonna be 3D World, and it's gonna
Yeah.
be Wind Waker HD, maybe up there.
Yeah. That's
So, yeah.
insane. I mean, I'm not shocked by that, but it's weird. I would have thought something in the top 10 would have been
Something would have broke through.
Actually, you know what? Oh no, that was GameCube. Never mind. I don't know. I don't know what the first one would be.
Yeah, I didn't go down that far on the list, but I was like, I want to get to where Twilight Princess. But Twilight Princess, that's got to be the best-selling Zelda game ever, I think. 7.5 million almost. I bet that's more than Zelda 3 sold.
Or Ocarina, I think.
Yeah. Because we did Ocarina, it wasn't as high as we thought it would be when we did the
Yeah.
N64. Well, no, we
Zelda
didn't do
games
the
just
N64.
don't sell that
That's
well.
I don't get it. Zelda and Metroid games do not sell well.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like everybody loves those games, but nobody buys them. I don't understand it.
I think they just don't appeal to the general.
Zelda is not a
Public.
pick up and play game.
Right.
Zelda 1, yeah. Even Zelda 3, I would say it could be. It got difficult, but so to sum it up, I would say talk about a tale of two different consoles. I mean, you've got the Wii that appealed to everybody. Low power, low graphical output, but ease of use. And then you got the PS3 with the cell processor, which is so complicated nobody can even make games on it at first. The systems cost $600 and they're still losing over $200 per system.
I can't believe that.
And Nintendo was making a profit on every Wii they sold. $10-20, but it's still a profit compared to losing $220 or whatever.
I mean, is that typical for, obviously not that high, but for systems to be sold at a loss?
Sometimes they sell very close. Like PS3, I think they were.
But I mean, is the Wii selling for like a $20 profit like huge in terms of that?
when you're selling 100 million.
Well, right, but I'm saying
Right.
on a per like
Yeah, because I mean, you look at like the PS4 when it released, they either sold it at cost or they made $1 or $2 or something like that.
Wow.
It was like almost right there. So yeah, it's normally the only reason Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are still in the console game is because the consoles, they might take a little bit of a loss or break even. They think they'll make it up in software sales, and they do. Otherwise, they wouldn't be doing it.
Right.
But
Well, that's the thing with Nintendo.
That's why the Switch is so important.
you could sell. I mean, just look with the top 13 games at least were all Nintendo games. So
Put 'em on
even if you
PlayStation.
sold the Wii at a loss, they know all the games they sell are
Because it
gonna
costs
be-
nothing to put those things on a disc, and
Right.
you know, it's obviously
They'll
it's all
make
the
that
man
up.
hours and stuff. Obviously, that's where the cost is. I'm not saying I don't understand that, but
Right.
yeah. But I mean, could you have two consoles that released within 2 days of each other that were any different? I mean, you were talking like PS2 maybe level graphics on the Wii, maybe even a little bit less power versus the PlayStation 3. Like I said, and it's so powerful people don't even know how to program for it.
Right.
And then they both had great lifespans, completely different lifespans for completely different reasons. But yeah, I just thought it was fascinating that these two consoles had their 10th birthday or 10th anniversary, whatever you want to say. And I'd forgotten that they had came out 2 days apart. That's insane.
I didn't realize they were that close.
I can't
would've
believe
thought like a month.
I can't
apart.
believe nobody blinked. At least move a week or two away. Like, I can't believe Sony or Nintendo didn't blink. That's like if Batman, Superman, and Civil War ended up coming out on the same day instead of Batman, Superman coming out earlier.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, let us know. Comment below. Let us know some of your memories of the PlayStation 3, and the good old Wii? Do you play with your grandma and your grandpa? What are some of your best memories? Do you think Metal Gear Solid 4 was great? Has it changed? Your opinion changed over the years? What do you think about Grand Theft Auto 4 versus Grand Theft Auto 5? Let us know any of all of your opinions. If you like the video, please hit that subscribe button over there. Hit the like button down here. Share the video with your friends. Check out everything else we do here on Two Player Co-op. And until the next time, Sean, go ahead and take us out.
Thank you for playing.
Thank you. Happy birthday, PlayStation 3 and Wii.